Mental Health Mondays with Kate, episode 16. Welcome back. I hope you had a good week, that you found lots of things for which to give thanks, and that you intentionally did so each day, and that you can keep up that practice. Even Oprah just did a video this week, maybe you saw it on social media, about her gratitude journals that she's been keeping for a really long time. 5 things a day, she writes, and what a difference that has made for her. So, for whatever that's worth, there you go. So today I want to talk about what you do with those patterns of limited thoughts or cognitive distortions that you've been tracking and paying attention to. Pick one that maybe is dominant, one that you notice you're saying to yourself a lot, and have noticed the negative impact that it has on you to keep saying that to yourself. Write that down. And then the first step in the process is writing out an opposite statement that is true. Even if you don't believe it, even if it's just something you've heard other people have said to you, or you just know to be true, but you have a hard time believing it. Something positive, based in fact, as you investigate those cognitive distortions, you'll see they most often are not based in fact, because they are based on extreme thought, which I think in essence can't really be based in fact. So using just a really simple, basic sentence, I'm always late. It can seem like a harmless thing, right? I'm always late. It's a harmless thing, except the more that you say it, think about the connotation of that. The connotation of that is pretty negative, right? That I let people down. I mean, we can really roll that to pretty far extreme. So the sentence you would then write down is this: sometimes I'm late. I don't try to be, and I'm not always late. Sometimes I'm late, and sometimes I'm not. So I'm going to try not to be late this time. A little more complicated, right? A little more wordy, but you can boil it down. So take one of those things that you say to yourself routinely, write it down, and then write out a positive statement. Something that is true, something that you can tell yourself that others have said to you. Sometimes it's easier to believe what others say about us than about what we say about ourselves. Sometimes we have a hard time seeing the things about us that are good, and so we need other people to say it for us. So take that negative thought, take that extreme thought, and make it realistic, make it positive. Once you have that done, plaster it all around. Confront yourself with that statement as often as possible. Put it on the bathroom mirror, stick it somewhere in your car, wherever you spend the most time. If you have a place at work where you can keep a little Post-it note with it, do that. Confront yourself with it, because what we need to do is take that distortion or that negative thought and change it out. We want to pull that out of the record, and the way we pull it out of the record is to put something positive in there. And the way to get the positive thought onto the record is to repeat it. Those negative thoughts you have about yourself, you were not born with them. They did not develop overnight. These are things that you heard and messages you took and ingested and believed little by little over time. So now, with intention, you can more quickly flip that script. That's what you're doing. So you take a negative thought, you write out something positive, and then you confront yourself with it and you say it. And whenever you hear yourself saying that harmful sentence to yourself, say stop, like out loud, say it out loud whenever possible. Say stop and say your replacement thought. Stop, say the replacement thought. Eventually, you'll be able to do it without having to really think about it. In the beginning, you are going to have to pay a lot of extra attention to what you're saying, just like you have in the beginning. But as you become familiar with it, you'll be able to catch it more quickly, and therefore be able to just say the positive more quickly, which is nice. Then as you go over time, eventually you'll notice more often than not, the positive is the default thought. And the negative is further and further back. And eventually, with enough repetition, with enough familiarity, the positive becomes the thought on your record player. It's a pretty amazing thing. And it can be done. So I've said, I don't know how often I've said this, but I have a belief system in, I don't like to say Christian because I don't like the connotation that comes with Christian these days. Working on changing that, but anyway. So I believe in Jesus. We'll say it that way. And I believe wholeheartedly that this process that I'm talking about right now is a very biblical thing. Taking thoughts captive, changing them, and setting our minds on different things. So if you happen to be from that belief system, I just need you to know, I think it's a pretty biblical thing. Based in science, because all truth, God's truth. So harness your negative thoughts, write them down, change it into something positive and factual. Confront yourself with that sentence repeatedly. Gather evidence. I didn't say that before. Gather evidence as you're able to prove to yourself that this positive thing is true. So evidence by your own experiences, evidence from things other people tell you. When we're driven by the negative, we only hear evidence for the negative. So open your ears a little bit more to hear the positive affirmations that you receive and see the positive affirmations that you see. Write down the positive statement. Confront yourself with it. Gather the evidence. And the more that you say it, the more that you repeat it, the more that becomes the new part of your record player. Good stuff, huh? So this is the final Monday of November. I have decided to take December off from Mental Health Mondays. For my own mental health, it's December. I'm doing a lot of travel, and I just need to. I'm getting through the end of NaNoWriMo. So in the meantime, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe to my website, www.katejmeyer.com, www.katejmeyer.com. You will be able to stay up to date with all kinds of things. Send me an email or leave me a comment, and I need to start gathering some topics for January. So for this month of December, may it be a time that you are able to be true to yourself, that you feel the Spirit in ways maybe that are brand new to you. Enjoy this season. Surround yourself with those who uplift you. Seek hope. Seek peace. Seek joy. Be well. I will see you in 2022. Bye-bye.